Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. This is the season finale for the My Funded Futures competition account, and it feels bittersweet. To preface the video, the first half is just me talking quite a bit about my thoughts and overall experience of trading in this account and what I've kind of taken away from it. And for the second half of the video, I'll be showing you all the numbers, the overall stats, the trades of the last week, and wrapping it up from there. So diving straight into it, I want to say thank you to everyone that has tuned along with me for the past 4 weeks, going through this journey of transparency, the highs and lows of this account, and just the overarching thing that I was here to have fun, challenge myself, and just see what happens. And safe to say, it was a really great experience. I think I've said it almost every week that I feel very humbled and also very proud of how far I've come. This overall competition has been very eye-opening for me. I'm someone that tends to focus on the short term, and that's more of like the day of. If I perform well, if I perform bad on my trading, I kind of let that dictate part of my attitude and the way that I feel for the day. And it's not the best trait to have, and it's something that I'm working on. But looking at this overall picture of this competition account, I'm just honestly blown away. I didn't realize the amount of knowledge that I've learned over the past year of trading. Sometimes it feels like I haven't moved at all on the chessboard, and it feels like I'm stuck and kind of stagnant with the progress I've made. And sometimes I let the amount of payouts that I get determine how I'm actually performing. But it's a lot more than that, right? Because being in a prop firm, it's a little different than when you have your personal live account. And it's different than what your stats show, because the different rules in place and how much you actually spend for an account. So I looked at this $10,000 competition account as a personal live account, as if I had one on the side that I was trading whenever I wanted to. And one of the goals I had for myself for this month was to see if I'm able to at least stay above the $10,000 starting balance. Now, I had the anticipation that I was actually going to do worse and not only fall short on the leaderboard, but matter of fact, blow half of the account or even the full entire thing. Now, granted, with having only one contract I'm allowed to use with the mini or the 10 micros, that does help a lot with my risk management. So I think that it would have been crazy if I ended up blowing the account entirely. So I'm glad I didn't. But the reason why I say it's been eye-opening is because this experience has instilled more confidence in my current trading skill set than I thought I even had. I really thought I wasn't moving anywhere. And when I look at the numbers now and I see the overall month, it's kind of crazy to see that I almost doubled the account. At one point, I was over $7,000 in profit. As you can see on the screen, I'm at 6,800. Still a very awesome number to be proud of, and that's exactly how I feel. It's not very often, I think, that I post on YouTube to even kind of look at the accomplishments I've had. And, there's definitely a lot of learning opportunities and development areas that I have to work on. But I'm going to allow myself this moment to be proud of this accomplishment because I didn't blow the account and I was in the top 10% of the leaderboard, which is crazy to me. So I'm going to take that as a huge W. Very humbled by it all, looking to continue to grow and obviously make money and just do better. And hopefully you guys are on that same wavelength as well, because even if 2024 is the year of payouts, 2024 is also the year of taking the next step up and just performing and being better. So that's my thoughts on the whole thing. Just feeling more confident in my trading, feeling a little bit better as far as looking at the overall picture, not just the singular days, because it's easy to get caught up in those singular days. But there's a rope of trading days in the whole year, and that is really going to determine how you're performing. And for the month of February and for the month of March, regardless again of how much payouts I've taken out, at least I can say my stats are pretty consistent and they're starting to look a little bit better. Now, for this account, though, the last week really, really messed me up. The last week and a half or so, actually. So now let's go ahead and dive into the numbers of this account. So I'm going to refresh the screen so you can see I am, in fact, logged in. It's my dashboard. So the screen is going to show it's closed because obviously the tournament is over. It was from March 1st until March 31st, 2024. And again, the starting balance was $10,000 on the 1st. I ended the month up $6,884.64, equivalent to 68.85% gains. So absolutely crazy. If this was my actual personal live account, I would be very proud of that number and just that I didn't blow the account. Coming down a bit more, the growth curve is something I'm also very ecstatic about because I tend to have days or even weeks where I'll have swing highs and swing lows like a roller coaster. And in this account, I was able to maintain some type of consistency and a steady growth or a steady pace. So for the first 2 weeks or so, looking pretty nice, growing steadily and very easily. And then for the last 2 weeks, week and a half or so, is when I started to face some troubles. I wasn't as confident with my trades. I was oversizing or not oversizing. I was over trading for sure. And also I was forcing trades that didn't need to happen. I was also placing trades that I don't typically place on my funded account because I didn't want to risk losing those payouts. So I placed it on this account, and that's what happened this past Monday on the 25th actually. And yeah, so my peak balance came all the way up to 17,466 and 32 cents. And I did lose roughly $600 from the peak, and that's why the number is at the 6,800 mark right here. If I come down a bit more, this is the overview calendar as I always show you in every video for this month. And I've talked about the past weeks, so this video I'll talk about this particular week. So to preface, on Friday the 29th, the market was closed. It was Good Friday, so no trading activity. On Thursday, I also did not trade. This whole week was actually end of quarter for corporate world. I work in corporate. And in the role that I was in, being the only person in the department as the other person was out of office, there's a lot of stress on my shoulders. I had no bandwidth, no time, no energy. I didn't even go to the gym. I felt just mentally done, so done, and I was exhausted, and I was going through some other stress factors in my personal life that I don't think is appropriate to talk about in this video, but I was just not doing good. Part of it, I'm also kind of sick now too, so that doesn't help, but it was a really rough week for me. The last week and a half was pretty rough, and even the whole month felt kind of rough, not in the sense of trading, but more in my personal life. And for this last week, everything just piled up. If you talk to the people around me, you'll know how just down bad I was. But essentially, I knew that I wasn't in the right place to continue trading. That's why Thursday, I just completely stopped. On Wednesday, I actually did have a few trades, which I'll show you in just a moment. I don't know why I didn't upload here, but I did have, I think, 3 trades that were all green. After that third final trade, I just was not feeling it. Although I was up on the day, I just was not happy with my mental state. I was so slammed with work, and I ended up staying at work actually until like 7:30 p.m. So it was over a 12-hour shift on this day. Just super stressful. So it was a really rough day for me. On Tuesday, I had 3 trades. Same idea as Wednesday. I was mentally just not fit to trade. So after 3 losing trades, or losing a total of 374 in that day, I called it. For these trades, I felt decent about the idea, but it didn't work out the way that I was hoping for it to. Monday and Tuesday were very ugly sideways days. The price action wasn't really there. I think it was Thursday where we actually had the most movement. So unfortunately, I missed out on that. But regardless, it is what it is. And then coming into Monday the 25th, again, sideways action, not really great opportunities I was looking for personally. But I still placed trades. Part of it was because I didn't want to put out my funded account, as I mentioned to you earlier. Obviously, the trades didn't work out anyways. And it was also just not a fitting day because, again, what I've already been saying, mental capacity wasn't there because I've already been stressed. So some of the quality setups weren't as high as I was hoping for them to be, but I still played on the idea anyways, and they obviously didn't work out. So on the day, I lost over $790, so almost $800 on Monday, and that's why my stats actually dropped down a bit lower too. So all the bad trades that I started to, trade and accumulate on, they did unfortunately bring down my win rate. The goal for March was to actually bring it to 72 to 75%. My peak win rate percent was 69.3 or 4 or something of that nature. And I'm ending the month down at 58.42. Now, even though I have a low win rate percentage, thankfully I was still profitable in the whole month. Again, almost bringing $7,000 in profit. Profit factor is at 1.36, which dropped from a peak number of 1.91, and the goal is to get it to 2. Yeah, it's a bit upsetting to see the numbers look the way that they do, but I will still stay on the positive side of things, just knowing that I learned a lot from the experience, that I ended really green on the month, and I knew when to at least stop for the last week. So that was huge for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the trades I placed because, again, Wednesday didn't show up for some reason, But for the 3 trades I placed on Wednesday, they were all green, as you see here. For Tuesday, the 3 trades I placed are all red right here. And then for Monday, the 25th, there's quite a bit, so I'm not going to really go through each one, but feel free to pause it at any point to, see what the numbers are, or, pinpoint what you want to pinpoint. But those are all of the trades. This is the cutoff right here. So yeah, and then finally for the competition's leaderboard, it's closed, obviously, so I'm not able to show you guys where my ranking is. The last time that I checked, I think the beginning of the week was around like the 50th place. So given that I did lose around $600 in my profit, I have a feeling that I might have dropped down on the leaderboard. But regardless, I mean, being top 10% is still something I'm very proud of, and I'm going to walk away with my chin high about, because that's way out of the expectation I had for myself. I'd like to say thank you to MFFU Futures for even hosting this competition, because it really helped me kind of notice more about the traits that I have, the things I need to focus on, and that I do have a lot more potential than I cut myself out to have. I beat myself up a lot. I have negative days, negative thoughts, negative feelings, just like I do for my positive days with my positive feelings and positive thoughts. So, it all comes part of the game. And just because this is the season finale of this series, I feel really full with the amount of knowledge that I was able to gain, and just the screen time I was able to gather during this time. So, hopefully I continue to have some more green months and my stats continue to look decent over the next couple of months, because I'm looking to kind of build my data to see if I have what it takes to open my own personal live account in the next couple of months here of 2024. So if I continue to at least have decent stats, whether I get payouts or not, I think that's going to be a really great thing. That's something I'm going to kind of strive for. So if you guys did enjoy this series, or at least the season finale, make sure you drop a big thumbs up, drop a a follow down below if you haven't already. And for the month of April, MFFU Futures hasn't dropped their new promotion. What I can say is that if you do have a starter plan, there's no activation fee until April 6th if you pass the account by then. And then hopefully by then they'll also be dropping the new promo, which of course I'll post on my YouTube community tab. And then for Apex, actually, really huge update with them is that for the month of March, they paid over $25 million to traders. Thankfully, I was one of those traders that took a payout as well. Not 25 mil, not yet, but we'll get there one day. So they paid out a lot of traders. So in honor and celebration of that, we have for the full month of April, the 80% off sale lifetime, the 1-day pass. So you are able to literally pass eval the first day if you wanted to, but you don't have to. You can take as long as you want. And the resets are 50% off. So again, that's for the full month of April. So I think the 30th is when it ends. So feel free to take advantage of all of them deals if you want to. I'll post everything in the community tab. And as soon as the MFFU Futures team posts the ranking leaderboard thing and who wins like a prize and whatnot, I'll make sure to also share that on my YouTube community tab so you guys can all see. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking. My voice and throat are hurting, but thank you so much for your time and support. And as always, I wish you nothing but the best and most success in everything that you do. And I'll see you all in the next video.